Hello, I'm Blake West with the Alabama Estate Planning Attorneys. Let's talk a few minutes about scams on seniors. Seniors get scammed more than anyone else, and we need to be able to help them prevent those things. And we're going to talk about that for the next few minutes. We're going to talk about three of the most popular scams on seniors. All right, here's our PowerPoint. So we're going to talk about these three scams. We're going to talk about the home or property title lock. I've seen that one advertised on TV recently. It's gaining a lot of speed and becoming more prevalent. The grandchild in trouble. This is a popular one. Someone calls pretending to be your grandchild, and you always want to help a grandchild. And the lottery winners. We've had clients come in or families come in where the parent has lost a little bit of money to a scam or a lot of money and as much as $250,000. Terrible things can happen. So let's talk about first the property or home title lock. And as I said, I've seen this advertised on TV recently. What is this scam? It's a scam where the person or the ad or the telephone caller says your home is at risk for being stolen. And they say that someone could have a deed to your property or take a mortgage against your property without you knowing it. And they will have on the commercial, they have people testifying, oh, the sheriff came and kicked me out and I didn't know anything was happening. Now, is it impossible for this to happen? It's not impossible, but it is extremely unlikely that this would happen. What are some of the ways we can avoid this from happening, to keep this from happening? One is be sure to read and open and read all your mail from the tax assessor for your county. Make sure that it still has your name on it. Make sure there's not any other designations on there. If it has your name and a parentheses LE, that means life estate. And if you didn't grant title reserving yourself a life estate to someone, then you need to check on it. Or be sure to go and pay your land tax each year, or mail in the check and look at the bill. Or if you're exempt, go sign up for the exemption or call in, ask them, tell them your name, make sure the property's still in your name, ask them if there's been any recent changes. Also, do not ignore any notice from the sheriff. They will either come and tell you ahead of time that you're being evicted, or they will post something on your door. Don't think, oh, this is a mistake. This doesn't apply to me. No, read it, see what it says. If you get one of those notices, call an attorney immediately. You will need help. If you don't do something, you will be evicted. If you do something, you will not be evicted. So be sure to do those things and kind of watch out for yourself, and you'll be a lot better off than sending the folks who do the title lock $200, because they don't do an actual title lock. What they do is they monitor the public records to see if anything has been recorded in your name, a deed or a mortgage or something like that, and then they give you notice. They don't actually then do anything to help you. They just notify you that. So don't fall prey to that scam. All right, the next one is the grandparent scam. So what is that scam? Someone calls pretending to be your grandchild, or someone calling for your grandchild and saying your grandson is in jail or is in trouble with the IRS. And it's always money must be sent immediately. You don't have time to call anyone and check on it. If we do not have you sending us money immediately through with a credit card or wire transfer or a check over the phone, some way, if we don't get this, your child or grandchild is going to be in jail. And maybe you haven't talked to the grandchild in a while, and they say your grandson John was on vacation in Mexico, and if we don't get $2,000 immediately, he's going to be put in jail and he won't be out for a month or more than a month. Or he owes money on his taxes, and if we don't get $2,000, we're going to go arrest him. And always money has to be sent immediately. And sometimes when they call, they'll say your grandson is in trouble, he's been arrested, and you would say, oh, is it John? Because we all have one in the family who would be the most likely person to be in trouble, right? So if you say, is it John? Is it Mary? Now they have a lead. Well, yes, it is John. And he said you were the one to call and that you would always help him. Well, of course you would help him, but it's not him. So don't fall to that. So how can we avoid that? How can we prevent that? Never provide any details. Never say, is this John? Say, who is this? What is my grandson or granddaughter's name that you're calling about? Where do they live? If it's the person that says, I'm John, I'm the grandson, I'm the granddaughter, ask for details. What's my dog's name? Or better yet, try to trick that person. Excuse me. Oh, John, I know how you love my dog Buttons, but you don't have a dog named Buttons. And John goes, well, yes, Grandma, I certainly love that dog. Well, now you know it's not John. Or say, okay, John, well, I talked to your mother yesterday. Or when is the last time you talked to your mother? Where are you? Ask questions. Don't be fooled. Never, ever, ever send money on that phone call. If the person is in trouble, there's no way it's going to hurt to wait 15 or 20 minutes. Call someone. Call John. You have his phone number. Give him a call. Call your child, his parents. Find out where he is. He's probably at home resting or somewhere doing something. He's not in jail. The IRS will never call you about someone else's debt. Never, ever call you about someone else's debt. They're not going to call you about your own debt. They will send you letters. So don't fall for the grandparent scam. The lottery winner. This one has been around a lot, and I have gotten a call on this one. So what is that scam? You get a phone call, you get an email or something in the mail. You have won the lottery or a sweepstakes. You're going to win this much money. Wouldn't it be great to win $1 million? If you won $1 million, what would you do with it? You would help your relatives. Well, that's great. Buy a new car. Yes. Wouldn't that be great? Well, guess what? You're the winner. All you have to do is send us $1,500 and we will process this and send you a check right away. All right, so that's the scam. Another way that scam works is they say you've won the lottery and they mail you a check. Oh, but I'm sorry, we sent you a check for $100,000. It should have only been $90,000. So deposit that check and send us back $10,000. You go, wow, well, that's great. I've got the check. I can see the check. It's real, but it's a fraudulent check. Your bank might not even know it's fraudulent. So you deposit it, then you write a check back to them or wire them money or do it over the phone for the $10,000. Well, how can it hurt? I've already got the $100,000 check, but that check is fraudulent. It's not real. It's not a real account. You have not gotten any money. If you do get the check, put it in your bank. Wait 10 days. Ask the bank, was this check good? Or they will notify you, hey, that check bounced. You don't have the $100,000 in your bank. If you do later, then great. But don't immediately send a check. Just because it looks like they've sent you a real check doesn't mean anything. So don't fall for that scam. Never send money. The lottery or sweepstakes is not going to ever require you to send money back. Also, the lottery doesn't require, they don't know who you are, so they're not going to require you to send money back. Also, you can't win the lottery without buying a ticket. My aunt a few years ago, several years ago, got hooked by this scam. And the first thing I asked her was, did you buy a lottery ticket? Because I knew her attitude on lottery tickets. She was strongly against any form of gambling. And she said, well, no, I didn't buy a ticket. I said, then you're not going to win if you didn't buy a ticket. So they're never going to require money to be refunded. So keep these things in mind anytime you get a call. All right, some other ways to prevent these scams and other scams. You can have a power of attorney agent, someone that can assist you with business or money issues, someone that you trust. someone that you're close to, family usually, and you can ask that person questions. Another big one, do not answer the phone if you do not know who is calling. Everyone virtually has caller ID. If you don't know the number, if it's a mobile phone, if you don't have the number programmed in and it says who's calling, don't answer it. They can leave a message. Listen to the message. If it makes sense, you call the person back. Most of the scammers will not leave a message. They want to speak to you in person so they can get you hooked. Also, good estate planning, having a trust, having some other documents, having a plan of what to do anytime that you have questions, or if you become incapacitated to the point you don't need to handle all your money. Having those plans ahead of time, going through this, thinking about what you would do if this person calls. What am I going to do if I get the call that I have a grandchild in jail? Think about those things ahead of time, and it makes it a lot easier to avoid those scams. Hey, thank you for watching. Again, I'm Blake West with the Alabama Estate Planning Attorneys. If you have any questions, give us a call, send me an email. Thank you.